We're going to get into a little bit of study today on the film and look at how and why the Eagles lost to the Jets. We know there were self-inflicted wounds, but game planning, how could that have been better? There were some critical mistakes made by our players, but let's dive into it and see what the fuck is going on. What's up? It's your boy Centron coming back at you with another analysis video, and I kid you not, that's my real name. Eagles film analysis, all 22 offense takeaways from the Jets game. Let's get into it. Hopefully we can help this guy out here, and hopefully help him help himself as well. This dude was positive from the takeaways because I don't feel like there's anything really that was unfixable here. I feel like Jalen Hurts was really good for 3 quarters. We put him in position to have to be really good though, not just by the players around him, but the coaching. And, excuses, that pass to run ratio is never acceptable. You have to try harder because we'll get to some plays later that were actually effective. Total recall, it's not Arnold Schwarzenegger, but we don't go back to things that work. I don't know why. Talk about the randomness and scattershotness of the offense. I've talked about this ad nauseum, but you're not even watching those, so you don't know about that. This throw here that he makes, they call a blitz. He rolls out. He's stiff-arming a guy as he's holding on to the ball and rifles it into A.J. Brown along the sidelines, and just an excellent throw. And, not many quarterbacks are going to be able to hang on in that situation. And then Brown also coming back to the ball. He was excellent throughout this game. He did make one mistake we're going to get on later, but, it's, acceptable losses because he's not going to be perfect. All right. Hurts had to, work out of structure because, just the right side wasn't holding up. Lane Johnson went down that first drive, touchdown drive, but very costly for us. One of those plays where you can't help, the trash around his feet. He got caught up and ankle got rolled up on. Fortunately, it doesn't look like it's long-term. He might actually be in the game this weekend, which we'll get into later, why it looks like he's really going to play. Signs are pointing to that. Thank you, Baldy. No, that wasn't this. But we added some new wrinkles in. Putting Devonta Smith in the backfield is a lovely touch, and I think he could do better here. So I loved it. I think he's here. He's coming on a circle route. But man, if he's able to give him a better stem him better, he's able to spring himself free and have all the access to that green grass there. I'm surprised that Eagles didn't go back to it later as well. If you make that a jerk route, he comes in and goes out, man, you build off of that, nasty, destructive, and then you have them worried about that formation and what we can do out of it. So building on concepts, going, like I said, total recall, going back to concepts hasn't been a strength. It's like we show off things, new toys, just for the sake of, oh, look, I got this new Gucci, and then we never wear it again. And it's like, what's the point? You put it on tape so people can admire your wardrobe, not have questions and be mystified by it. I don't want to be mystified by the offense. I want it to actually be productive and actually, curtail into, a flow, and we haven't had that. It's been very disjointed. All right, the Eagles use the pony personnel, 2 running backs. It's probably my favorite part of the game. So let's see here. Like a triple option. So we motion Devonta back there, and then we have him run the route, and then motion causes panic, and then we break down, throw it out to is that Boston Scott there? Yeah, Boston Scott. So they're panicking that AJ's moving. So it's the play that causes us so much consternation, and also did in the Super Bowl. The motion, you see AJ Brown going. People are like, oh, we got to go with him. They obviously going to pay him credence. He pulls away, I think, 2 guys and maybe a couple of eyes as well, scanning that direction. All the while, people not paying attention to where their target should be, and it just causes panic. And again, we didn't go back to this. We didn't sequence plays off of it. I think we went back to the pony formation, but it was a different, package with both guys on the left side. We'll get to that a little bit later. But again, it's like me. I love to beat people. It's like Madden. I love to beat people different ways. I never showed them the same play more than once. Okay, we're not playing a game here. I mean, you're playing a game, but you're not playing a game. I get it, but we need to, structure things, and having a foundation, building upon that foundation, and then being able to pick and choose and remove pieces. That's an offense. Like, I don't get why we're so offended, pun intended, by going back to the well, afraid of being predictable, but being predictable in the grand scheme of things. Pun not intended there, but yeah, Jack Driscoll, he didn't play well. He needed help. But on this play, it was just disappointing. Like, I don't know if it was a lack of practice, but we run this unbalanced line formation, and it looks cool. Yeah, I thought, man, okay, we have the advantage here. And, run play, maybe it shouldn't have been a toss, whatever. Maybe, with him in there, you need to maybe focus on going forward. But even then, I don't know, man, because he just maybe didn't know what he was doing. Lack of preparation, but he just drops this block. I mean, here he is, and I think this is his man, and he just whiffs the block, and it blows up the play, it destroys, what could have been a touchdown. And yeah, I really don't get. I mean, like, technique-wise, what happened with him here, like, why he just whiffs this block. It's almost like he was thinking it was passing and it was a run. Like, I don't see what the defensive guy did so great when he just feel like he was moving to a spot without actually sustaining the block first. Make contact with the guy first. What the hell are you doing? So I'm miffed. Technique wise, I don't know what he or perspective wise why he was thinking that, but yeah, just that's terrible. You can't have that. That destroys drives, destroys plays, and obviously setback there could have been points, on the board, and in a game where it was only decided by 6 points, sorely needed. So AJ Brown on the deep route, he just has to keep running. And yeah, it's the one ding, him today. It's like, or this day. You wish that he would have just kept running, because he was thinking that he was just a decoy on the route, and actually Jalen looked to him. And, just on all plays, you got to give, that 100% effort. And I get it. Maybe, he was thinking, like, okay, he's not going to go to me. He was, dialing it down. And he tries to pick it back up, and just too late, the ball, sails over his head, It's like, damn it. Like, I wish, he would have kept running. That was six. That was a touchdown. But, end up not being so. He would have an even, I would say, huger, even larger game than he did. Unfortunately, he didn't get the memo to keep running. All right. Yeah, the rush looks bad. I mean, the rushing numbers look bad. But, yeah, the Eagles bailed on the run game too early. And that's been going back to the Andy Reid era, where if something isn't working, we're reticent to keep plowing with it because we don't reap the rewards immediately. We want, microwave results now. And if they aren't, it doesn't justify in our coach's mind keep plowing against something that, isn't working at the moment and for the foreseeable future. But it's not just for the run game, it's for the play action. It's what you can build off of those, the looks that you can give that, same formation, like say it's 12 personnel, same formation, but we can run different plays out of that because that, you've been putting that, been paying dividends, into that account by showing the run game. Now it's going to pay off in the trickeration and the options you're going to have, parts of the field are going to open up. So they got to stick with it. It's just being unfaithful. I mean, they're cheating on the run game with the pass game. And you got to be a good husband out there, man. Like, can't go looking, to greener pastures. Because you increase that, those pass attempts, it only hurts you in the end. No pun intended. It only hurts in the end as well. But, yeah, like I said, when things work, why not go back to it? The outside zone toss worked brilliantly. Pony package again. And, yeah, after the second quarter, this mystifies me because these numbers aren't bad at all. Like, okay, -2, 0, yeah, 1 and 0, but you also got 9 and 9, and 4 and 12 and then 9. And then, yeah, those suck in a row, but you gotta keep at it, man. You gotta keep at it. Like, it just sucks. I mean, like, and you gotta go. If you think the formation is gonna be predictable, build something off of it. I talked about this earlier, but you gotta have a counter. And then they're gonna try to counter, and you counter their counter. It's a chess game. And I feel like so many times we settle for checkers because, we can get a king move, not knowing that, they also can set up kings. And then it just ends up being a war of attrition. Like, and we're not playing into our strengths, which is a losing battle. All right, anyways. So we had success running to the outside in this one. So toss to Scott. Again, you see those guys in the backfield together. Yeah, quick toss, mixed direction there. So it draws the attention of the defense here. So they have to pay credence to that. Because if they don't, they could get burnt. So it helps out with the numbers. Numbers are split. And, we're able to achieve the numbers in the run game. It's manufacturing help, assistance by nature of the play, having the defense's attention. Like I said, if they don't pay credence there, could punish them with the payback toss. But getting creative, I don't think it's a thing of getting of being creative, because I don't know if I saw this last year. I'm sure maybe I could be wrong, but it's when to call it, and where to use it, like how many times to come back to it, and what to build off of it. And those are things you have to get in rhythm as a play caller, knowing what to call, when to call it, and where to call it, what situations, and how to counter things. Like, gonna need experience, and sadly, that's on the job thing. All right, what play was this that was tough to watch? So Devontae, the deep end. So like they run the guys off, and the coverage is there, and like Devontae runs a deep in, and he's right here, wide open, and like not even like I think he has a couple yards of separation from the defensive back, and he just drops it, and you're like, fuck, damn it. And we'll get into it later, but he's looked off the past couple of weeks, but I have one idea of a remedy for that, but I mean, I don't know, man. It just, in this game, I think, for me, him not being the go-to guy and then him all of a sudden being the guy again, is just, I threw him off psychologically, That could be my only guess, but, he made it out the game. He's like, I just got to catch the end ball. So, no excuses. So as if that drop wasn't bad enough, Hurts gets sacked the very next play. I think Brian Johnson called a good game, but I found the lack of adjustment to Lane Johnson's injury. So getting Jack Driscoll some help. You can't just expect him to survive on the island. And he just gets beat here. Like it's bad. It's bad. So the back here, before he got into his route, he could just chip and help him out. So he just goes into the route immediately. And that maybe alters also the linebacker's attention. So maybe he can actually get some automatic, natural help there. But also Suopeta, his guy just blows past him. So Suopeta also looked better because of Lane Johnson playing next to him. That helps, and also being in between him and Kelsey. When one of those guys is not there, he's gonna be put in a worse position because they make him look better than he is. And that's just, that's the benefit of playing with, alongside two, I think, future Hall of Famers. But you got to help those guys. And then with two backups in there, you can only maybe help one of them. So Lane being out of there is huge for us. It's not just that Lane, it's just that also another one of our starting linemen is out in Cam Jurgens, who won't be available until the Cowboys game if he plays then. All right, so Kenny Gainwell, the sideline throw, Hurts, he somehow finds his way out of this trash, and he rolls out, and Kenny has got to catch that. It's just, I thought he was like in flex, that's why he dropped it, but he just sitting there. You got to concentrate, lock the ball in, take the hit. You take the hit and that pops out cool, but he just dropped it, and it's like, in a day where we sorely needed someone to play mistake-free football, it was just across the board. Kenny Gainwell, Swift. Yeah, I mean, like I said, even AJ Brown that one mistake. He didn't play a perfect game. If he catches that, or if it'll be I think one of the best receiver ratings you've ever seen. This season, and he's still second in receiving in the league with 600, averaging 100 or so a game. Yeah, but we still, I mean, we needed someone to have an altogether put together game, and I don't think anybody had it today. Like might have been some guys, definitely guys played better than others, but yeah, all together on offense, special teams, we let down. Oh yeah, so he's saying being too positive about Hurts. This throw here, which one was this? Okay. Well, I mean, this is the one where he rolls out, and if it wasn't for Jalen Hurts' athleticism, being able to escape, we would have taken more sacks. But also, the game plan didn't help him in not having the run game. But also, I think it's baked into the game plan, into the our offensive philosophy, that checkdowns are not thing to go to. And I would put this on both on Hurts and the offensive coordinator. Checkdowns, when they're there, you take them, take what defense is giving you, not always looking for the explosive. And Hurts gets he gets greedy. Our offense doesn't really structure to operate with a short West Coast three step timing routes heavily for these type of games. Because actually that's where teams were playing us in the first couple of weeks, the Vikings, the Patriots, where like you have those those quick precision routes, and you're getting the ball out, getting it to the checkdowns, and then you sprinkle in the explosive, the shots. That's fine, but we're all or nothing kind of offense where we look for that. But also, like I said, they don't call the game that way. We have longer, slower developing plays, and for that you need blocking. And in this game, where we had the offensive lineman down, Lane Johnson, we didn't have that luxury. And Jalen doesn't like to take the check downs, and we don't like to put them in. But it's just the rubber has to meet the road at some point. We need those kind of plays in to get to the plays we want to. I mean, if we put those in, and like I said, check down, shot, check down, shot, check down, shot. Like you vary it up, less predictable, and it gets you the end result that you want. But we're not patient, for that, both in philosophy or in execution, player side and then the coach's side. All right, so this, this is the play I'm talking about. The check down was there. This is on the interception where Jalen's arm gets contacted. Yeah, Driscoll's not holding it up enough. He needs help. We don't give him help. So coaching staff, and then Hurts, knowing that that's Driscoll out there, you don't have the time to take the check down. So the ball floats perfectly into the Jets players' arms. Like both sides, I fought you for that. So I fought both on that play. I mean, it's a fluky play, of course. His arm was hit, being contacted, but you got to get the ball out of there because you don't have the time, and you got to get the ball out of there because you have other options. So inexcusable. All right, let's see. The sideline catch for AJ Brown, spectacular. Right? I mean, he put it a little bit too inside. I mean, too inside that Jalen. I mean that he had to hug the sideline to catch it, but great adjustment, great catch. A negative. So Hurts missed the linebacker dropping into coverage, and if he wants to hit Dallas on that, he has to hit him a beat faster. He was a tick slow, and it was a oh no. So you can't make that throw. It's at the end of the game. But for me, I'm like, for us even put him in this position by not having the flow of the game. I mean, maybe the game is over by this point if we run more run plays. Why not play for the win? Your defense is playing well up to this point. Kick the ball back to Zach Wilson and let him try to drive the length of the field for the score. And then, call a run play. Take the ball out of Jalen's hands and make it absolutely sure that we're going to run this play and then punt to, live to fight another day. But, yeah, he did quote Friday. I was like, what the Jalen? But, yeah, it's just sad. And then the last one, the shot play. Jalen has to hit Devontae when he's open, not when when he sees him open. In anticipation there, and then just I don't know what happened on that, what he was seeing, but maybe just having more time than he did messed with his internal clock, and he throws into double coverage. Devontae has to play defensive back, and not even fight for the ball to not get picked off. So ends the game there effectively. But yeah, DeAndre Swift was a big part of the receiving game. That's cool. You just can't have that fumble in traffic. Ball security will be an issue this week for sure. Both in giving the ball away and having the ball knocked out. All right, Devontae Smith. Yeah, it's time to talk about him. The drops. I just think they need to involve him in the game plan early on, getting him going, get him involved, making sure that he knows that he's a priority here. Because I think mentally he just can't help but check out, because it hasn't been just one game. It's been a couple games, a slew of games. While AJ has gone off, it comes at a detriment, not by targets of him, but like the game plan, when and where. Like early, get him involved, and make sure throughout the game that he's involved. And you don't want to have established rhythm, but you got to find a way to do both. And that's just what other previous play callers have done. No excuse. You got the weapons. You got to find a way to use them. I definitely think he'll bounce back. Because nothing like a loss to humble you and then make you hungrier. And hungry dogs run faster, as Jason Kelsey would say. And Brandon Johnson, he has to help Jalen get into a rhythm. Well, how can he do that when he's just finding his rhythm? So that's the problem essentially. And the sequence into the plays, like I said, it's very random. Which is kind of great for being unpredictable, but then you end up being unpredictable for your guys and unreliable. So there's some nice plays. Yeah, come back to them, find what works, stick with them, and then build off of those plays. So you got to find that perfect balance, that formula. So anyways, let's get into some injuries and then get out of this longer video. All right, so Reed Blankenship did not practice. We'll see. This might be a game missed from him. Lane Johnson, seen at the barn working with Brian Baldinger at his farm barn. He might be okay to play this game. I'd be okay with that as long as he's has it wrapped up and not at huge risk of re-injury or further injury, because he's still injured. Bradley Roby might miss a game or two with a pec strain. Devontae Smith did not practice. This could be the reason that we brought in Julio Jones. I'm gonna say AJ Jones. Who the fuck is that? Yeah, we'll see. But we need depth at that position. Having only one and two. Having 2-star guys, and then if either one of them goes down, be a huge hit to this offense. Jalen Carter limited. He didn't practice last week, so an upgrade. He might be able to go. Dallas Goedert, groin. He was on the sidelines in that last drive, and then I was like, damn, I might thigh but okay, groin. Hopefully he'll be okay. I think he probably will be. Darius Slay, knee limited, so he is practicing. Upgrade from last week, and he didn't practice. Milton Williams came out the game, and then he went back in there later, so that bodes well for him playing this week. Sidney Brown, full practice. Okay. Let's go. I think he might actually be starting alongside Terrell Evans, because Justin Evans is on injured reserve, and Reed Blankenship, I think he might miss this game. So come hell or high water, he might just be in there, and we'll see. We just have to live and die by it, the rookie. Eli Ricks, I think he'll be in the slot full, so that's great because it didn't look good when he went down. And Marlon finally back. I think missed 2 games from that tricep, so full practice, great. We'll look at the Dolphins injuries and see what's going on. Xavier Howard did not practice knee. I saw groin. So could be tough for them. I think some of these guys might be playing if he doesn't play. But I don't want our eyes to get big again again, Jalen Ramsey, he's not going to be playing this week, but he was activated off the PUP list, I think. So, yeah, I mean, our injury reserve or the PUP, I can't forget which one it is, but I think it was a PUP. But, yeah, we still got to go out there and make plays against whoever it is. Like Smitty and AJ Brown said after the game, doesn't matter who's out there, we got to make the plays, whether it's sauce or no sauce. All right, Connor Williams, former Dallas Cowboy center here, did not practice, so their line could be a little patchwork because they already have a backup left tackle in there with Armstead out. Teron Armstead, backup guy, limited. I think they'll play, but they might be sorely needed. Chase Claypool, the head case, full knee, I don't know, whatever. Jalen Phillips, full, so he will play, and I think Jeff Wilson, full. So big ones being out, Devin A-Chain, we'll have to deal with that A-Chain, so he won't be running rough shot through our defense, but still, we got to deal with Tyreek and Waddle, so we'll get to that later this week. But anyways, we'll get up out of here, probably look at the defense tomorrow and look at how the fuck they shut down that offense and the great plays that, the formations that they had, especially with a limited deck and a limited hand. So anyways, we'll get up out of here. But you're not even watching though. Long ass video, but it's all good because I love talking about the Eagles and love making these videos. But anyways, like I said, we're deuces, we're out. But as always, it's fly, Eagles, fly, and let's motherfucking go. Like, comment, share, and subscribe Thanks for watching. Check me out at Centron Anime, Centron Life, or Centron Laughs, or other social media.